Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. This is going to be a love reading for whichever zodiac sign I select from this line of cards here. There's not going to be a timestamp. My intention for it is when someone is guided to watch the video or click on the video that they will gain some type of insight or perspective from the video. Again, if you got something out of it, if you enjoyed it, if you want to see more from the channel, please like this video or subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. I'm not going to go too much into the astrology unless I do feel that the transits of this time pertain to what I'm seeing in the cards for the reading. So let's start off with selecting a card to see which sign will be going next in this zodiac love reading series that I'm doing. There are 11 cards here. I've already done one reading and I am called to this one. So this is Sagittarius. So we will be doing a love reading for Sagittarius today. All right, so sort of the same format that I usually follow, which I want to go into the personal energy of the Sagittarius, more so in the perspective of love and relationship. And then I want to go into the other. So whoever is in question here, if you're in a relationship with someone, you're dating someone, just getting to know someone, you have a crush on someone, then we are going to see what they're about and what their personal energy is as well. And then we'll go into the dynamic of the relationship and get more details around those situations or what the situation is. All right, so what is the personal energy? What is Sagittarius's personal energy as it relates to love and relationship at this time? We have the Two of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so there's a lot of mental activity here. The swords is related to the elements of air. And this talks about our intellect. This is more mental energy. It does talk about communication as well. And with the Knight of Swords in the middle next to the Queen of Swords facing the Knight of Swords, it does seem as though there is a conversation that wants to happen. Maybe there are some thoughts and ideas around relationship that you want to have with someone or vice versa. But there's an element of overthinking it and not really sure about what direction to take. There is not enough information for you to decide or really make a choice whether or not you want to have this conversation with this person. If you are already having conversations with this person, or you are in some form of relationship dynamic with them already, there is something that you want to say. There's a topic that you want to bring up. There's some type of, internal battle, I want to say, around the dynamics of the relationship at this time. So we can get more information about what that is in a sec, but there is something that you're sort of holding on to and you are battling it out within yourself to determine if it's a good idea to bring this topic up, this feeling that you're having up, this thought that you have, something that you've been ruminating about and really in your head around what to do, what to say, how to approach it. Should I even do it? Is it even worth it? That's what it feels like. And then again, it does also feel as though you don't have all of the information yet. So that's another thing that is sort of holding you back from approaching the topic with your person. So from a relationship perspective, if you're dealing with whoever the person is in question, you are more in your head, and there is something that you want to communicate. So let's see what is in your person's personal energy. Sorry. What is your person's personal energy as it relates to relationship and love with you? And again, as always with all these types of readings, you know, if the roles are reversed, right, then it's your judgment and decision to reverse those roles when you are gaining perspective and insight when you're watching these types of readings. So this could be you or this could be your person. But for the sake of the reading, since it's the Sagittarius reading, starting here with the Sagittarius side, and then on this side will be your person's side. Okay. What is your person's overall energy? You have the Strength card. The Page of Swords. And the Knight of Cups. It's interesting. So they also have a Swords card here. And this card, very similar to the Knight of Swords, is about wanting to have some type of conversation. However, the difference with this one is it is still more in the thought process. It's very new. It's a newer idea for them. Maybe they are, I feel that they're expecting some type of communication from you. I feel that the expectation does have to do with some sort of love offer or emotion-based type of conversation. And there's a sense of them being strong for some reason. There's a sense of them having courage, really coming from the heart. Since this is their personal energy, it does feel as though they are very authentic in their feelings, how they are showing up with you. There's a strong, heartfelt energy or chemistry from them toward you. But I don't know if you feel the same. This is like the Queen of Swords. And again, this could be male or female, right? Approach the roles as you need to, depending on your situation. But the Queen of Swords is a more detached type of energy. So whether or not, because you are a Sagittarius, so I have to think about, you know, the overall energy of a Sagittarius, right? I mean, you're not very detached unless you have some sort of, you know, other aspects in your personal chart, birth chart, that, you know, speak to you being detached. But in general, a Sagittarius is an extroverted energy. It's a fire sign. You know, it's going to speak, it's going to say, especially with, you know, this Sagittarius and Jupiter, you know, ruling Sagittarius. There's a sense of being direct and being brutally honest, right? So it's a little weird that if this is you here, there's some sort of detachment, turning your back toward this person, and at the same time being in your head around whether or not to say something, because that's not usually your style. If you have to say something, you say it, you know? So I'm not understanding why, if there's something that you need to say, you're not talking about it. That is, I guess we'll get more information on that. How do you feel about this person? So this is your energy relating to the relationship itself. But now I want to know your feelings and thoughts, and yeah, more so the feelings around how you feel toward them. It could even be how you see them. The Six of Cups. The Capricorn reading had the Six of Cups in the exact same placement. And the Knight of Pentacles. So you might have some history with this person. If you're already with them, then that does make sense with the Six of Cups, like you've been with them for a long period of time. If you're not with them, there could be a sense around you knowing them for a long time. They've been in your life for a while. If they are a new person and they have not, you don't have any history with them, then it just means that you feel familiarity and comfortability with this person some way. But you're taking something slow, or you see them as taking something slow. You're being, you want to be cautious with them for some reason, or approaching them. You do feel an energetic pull. So there is something pulling on your heartstrings. But you feel that for whatever reason, because of whoever, you know, what they are, how they come across, how they show up in your dynamic of y'all's relationship, you feel that you have to be cautious about them for some reason. How do they feel about you? The Five of Swords. And the Six of Pentacles. They feel as though you are not taking any steps to compromise or like do your part. They do think that you, I don't know, they probably see that you're in your head about something. Maybe they know that you are overthinking, or they know that you have to make a choice about whether or not you want to approach them and reciprocate some sort of energy here. They see you as someone who overthinks. Someone who is always in their minds. Maybe they see you as someone who worries about things. They see you as, you know, someone who because of that, it prevents this like give and take dynamic, this open reciprocity to, you know, have like really good emotional dialogue and communication, you know, because you're very mental. So you may be a Sagittarius that has a lot of air placements or something like that, like sort of always in your head for some reason. I think that they want to approach you, or they would like for you to approach them. With the Six of Pentacles, it's this card here, it talks about the give and take. You know, how much am I putting in compared to how much others put in? And there's a need for balancing that out. What do you want from this relationship, Sagittarius? What do you want? What is that? Sorry. The Seven of Swords. This is usually in the tarot community, we look down to this card depending on how it shows up. So everything has its good and bad, right? Just like every card in the tarot. But I'm asking what you want out of this relationship. And the Seven of Swords comes out. It's very interesting. The Seven of Swords talks about strategy. Strategy to getting something or somewhere. Like, I don't know if you want to wait out, because usually it does, you know, speak to how to get out of something, how to sneak away. There may be a lot of observing this person quietly. There's some sneakiness. I will clarify it because it's interesting to fall in that place of the layout, but there's definitely, again, another swords card being very much so in the mind. What does this person want from this relationship? They want a union. They want union. They want emotional fulfillment. Again, going back to the reciprocity, the give and take. I don't know if this is, what is this? What do they call this type of unrequited love? Like, maybe they are really into you and they're waiting for some sort of approach from you. And not only do they see that you overthink things and that you're giving them the cold shoulder and you're sort of, you're not in your heart, you're not in the emotion, very detached from this situation. I think that they are in it more than you are. Let's see what the state of the relationship is right now. So the Four of Wands. Give me more information on the relationship, please. Queen of Pentacles. The Hierophant. So for a good percentage of you, you are in relationship with them now. The Death card. The Nine of Pentacles. I think you're looking for some freedom here within your relationship. And the Ace of Pentacles. I think you're looking for a little bit of a transformation type of opportunity to happen here to transform the relationship into something where you, again, have a little bit more freedom. And maybe that's why you're sort of looking away. Maybe that's why you're strategizing on how to get that freedom. You're taking your time with something. I don't know if they seem too clingy to you, or, you know, they just want it too much that it is sort of pushing you away. There is possibility for communion, and I want to say the word communion, but like, you know, like just coming together. There is a high possibility of that this could be a really strong, stable, happy type of relationship. But there's a need to be independent. I don't know if it's like a little codependent for you right now, but or maybe you're focusing on, you know, you just have like life stuff, right, that you're focused on, where you need to fix your financial situation and your money and your home and all of the mundane earth realm things that we have to get done. And so you're trying to figure that out and strategize how you can make all of that happen. So you may seem as though you're off in your own worlds right now. And maybe some of this money, financial stuff, work stuff is sort of stressing you out a bit. There's a sense of them waiting for you also, like being strong while you go through this process, because they want emotional fulfillment out of this relationship. But if it's not happening right now, for like they are being strong and waiting for it. Like they're waiting for the offer to come, for you to be ready. And if this part here is about how they see you, they do see you as someone who is sort of worried about their finances and their material situation. What is needed to create this Four of Wands, this really secure, happy bond, emotional fulfillment, this relationship, is for the both of you to realize where you're coming from a life perspective, right? Like not only how their life and your life can kind of blend in together, but also what are your values and who are you as individuals? What do you stand for, right? Like in your entirety, in all of your authenticity, at the core of who you are you really? And is there really is this something that is really meant to be? I'm getting strong, like follow your intuition, follow your personal path. Following something that has to do with the mundane world, for sure. Like if you have goals, if you are working toward attaining a certain financial bracket or a certain type of job, or maybe getting promoted, or purchasing a home, investing money, like really getting to the core of what you want in this lifetime and working on these things. This is advice that is coming through here. Maybe it's just not time for this to come together. I just really strongly, I just don't feel that you are entirely into this, unfortunately. And I do apologize for any cross watchers, or the cross watcher may be feeling that way themselves about the Sagittarius. But there is something more that this side over here is focused on. There's something else that they're focused on. For another percentage of you, this side is trying to get away. This side is trying to find a strategy to turn their back on this somehow, for a small percentage of you. For the most of you, I just think that you are focused on a lot right now. There's a lot going on in your mind right now. And overall, there is a sense of detachment. So you're not as invested in love or having love in your life at this time. And there's a need for this side to really be strong about that. I think that this side wants to help in some way and wants to be this person's rock and foundation, like someone to lean on. And I don't know if they've been able to effectively communicate that. And if they've tried, I don't think that this side really heard it or wants them to be there. There are times in our lives where even if we care about somebody and you know, like it seems good on paper, or you have history with this person. Like there's times in our life where we just have to do something for ourselves, right? And we have to do it by ourselves. This is like a personal process, a personal path that I'm feeling for this side. And it's not necessarily personal. It is something that they have to do, something that they're guided to do. I want to get some clarification on a couple things, if you don't mind. I know that people watch these types of readings for insight and to give them a perspective on a situation that they normally wouldn't have had without watching the reading. Again, of course, as always with all readings, you know, you do what you want. You have free will, no doubt. But I know that, you know, people would like some answers. I want to clarify what this is and why you have your back toward them. I feel like something happened. Like there's that is coming through strongly now. Like a situation happened. For some of you, there could have been some sort of conversation or something that this person did that made you see them differently, and it caused you to you know, sort of emotionally end or transform the feelings that you had for them and concentrate more on yourself and your independence. What is the Queen of Voices, please? The Ten of Pentacles, the Magician, the Six of Swords, and the Page of Swords, which is this card here. You're definitely focused on your money and your life and your material wealth, your family, your home, building a good foundation. And someone has just decided to walk away because of that. I also feel for a small percentage of you, you probably didn't even explain this too much to the other person. It does feel sort of sudden for me, where it just happened out of nowhere. I want to clarify strength here. Why does this person need to be strong about a situation? Why do they need to be brave and have courage and work on their heart? Seven of Swords, which is the same as this. There is some type of betrayal. Maybe this person felt like because you decided to move on towards something else, they feel betrayed, but they're still expecting some sort of call or text or talk from you. Two of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, like here. Yeah, someone made a choice. Someone made a choice to leave. For Pentacles. Maybe it was all in how it happens, like the approach that you took as well. What is the Seven of Swords, please? Queen of Swords. Four of Cups. And the Knight of Swords, which is the same as up here. Yeah, and you know, I apologize. Of course, I don't want to give anybody negative news or say negative things in these readings, but you know, it's a reading and I decided to do it. So I wouldn't be a reader and do my job, you know, if I just kept some things to myself, right? So it's not a personal situation. It's not personal toward anyone, of course. But I'm also feeling that this side over here, it's like they sort of fell off of the passion and they fell away from the excitement of the relationship. And maybe they were in a moment or a time of their life where they were just feeling low, not feeling really motivated or excited. They maybe felt like they didn't have anything going on in their life. And you know, sometimes we get into those moments of stagnancy, and at some point, depending on who you are, especially for a Sagittarius, if this is you, you know, you need some action, you need some excitement, you need some passion, you need some fire in your life. You need to get out in the sun, you need to go and do things, you need to be social, you need to mingle, you need to experience and, you know, go on a journey and like just fulfill this deep need of living life. And I think that you might have just got into a period with this person where it just didn't feel like that anymore, and you had to get away, like you had to break away. With the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords, there could have been a really hurtful conversation that could have happened. And if it hasn't happened yet and this person is sort of continuing to want something out of this, there might be. So for whoever this side is, if that's your situation and you know you're still sort of there in the energy field of the Sagittarius, I mean, just be careful, because with their bluntness and their direct approach of communicating, you know, they can come off strong at some point. And, you know, you just don't want to take it too personal, you know, and then hurt your feelings, I guess. But yeah, I don't usually work with oracle cards, but for the sake of providing insight and an additional area of perspective, I guess, I decided to try these out for these love readings and see what spirit or the universe has to say, if there's anything to say to any of these individuals here regarding their dynamic with one another in a relationship. Regret and repression. Thoughts and isolating. Guarded and vulnerability. Celebrations, gifts, and abundance. There was something regarding this lack of communication. Maybe you were feeling that way that I was talking about, you know, of just needing to focus on something like your life. And you probably, something happened where you made a choice to walk away and go and do those things for yourself. And I don't know if someone feels guilty or regretting how they did it, and the fact that they were not able to express how they were feeling. Someone is just, you know, because of that, right? Like there is a sense of protecting their heart, maybe for past experiences where you felt that if you communicated your needs to your partner, then it was going to result in, you know, a fight or them not taking it seriously. So you've learned how to repress these emotions and repress thoughts and repress, you know, what it is that you need from a relationship. Or even when you're in a relationship, you've learned how to repress what you are going through in life, thinking that your partner is not going to be there for you, right? And then abundance is standing out here. How interesting. It has red glitter. And I put red glitter in this candle for these readings. Anyway, yeah, for there's abundance that somebody is shooting for. And sometimes we do that when, you know, we're not in a love place, like, and it's not a personal thing. It's not about the other person. Like, sometimes we go into these moments of life where love is just not what we need. Love is not, a relationship is not what we want. And whether that is because people are focused on the material aspects of life, or sometimes it could be, I'm not ready to go deep in relationship. I'm not ready to feel love. I'm not ready to, you know, see these parts of me and be vulnerable enough to step into that love energy and step into and do my part in a relationship. It's not necessarily a personal thing, but if you relate to that, that does happen, you know, where because the person individually is not ready for it, is not ready to confront previous experiences, relationships trigger the shit out of us, you know, no matter how high vibing and how great and how loving they are, right? Like, there's always a part of us that needs to be seen. There's always something that needs to be learned. And, you know, we never stop looking at ourselves, especially in a relationship, through relationship. That is what relationships are for, right? Is so we can identify something about ourselves that we need to learn, that we need to grow from, that we need to transform from. And so sometimes without there being another individual involved, we just know that this is not what we want. It's just not, like, we're just not in that state of mind, that state of being in our life, because people cannot, for whatever reason, be vulnerable and brave enough to step into this realm that relationships bring us, because it's a lot of work, you know, it's a lot of work, and it changes our perspective on life and of ourselves. It changes our belief systems and our values, you know, more often than not. There's a sense to do transformative work, and, you know, how can we show up for somebody else and do our part as well. There's so much that goes into this stuff. So I'm hoping that whoever is listening can see that and not take it personal if you are the other person that, you know, really wants this relationship with this Sagittarius or vice versa, and they are just not in that mental place, right? Or state of being to incorporate relationship and love in their life right now. And I just hope that you don't take it, you know, too personal. But anyway, let me know in the comments if, you know, what your situation is. I'm really curious to know if any of this related to your situation in any way. I know there were different stories that I was picking up here, and I think that that's going to be common for the rest of the zodiac signs, because, you know, people can be in a relationship, dating, you know, not dating and just wanting a relationship, but they're looking for love. So there's different types of people that, you know, might be watching this type of reading. So I'm picking up on different scenarios. But anyway, that is the reading for today. This is the Sagittarius love reading. Again, there is no timestamp. If you're guided to watch it, then you were meant to watch it for a reason. If you enjoyed it and got anything out of it, I would really appreciate that you like the video. And if you're interested in seeing more from the channel, I would love if you subscribe. And then watch out for your rising sign, your moon sign, your Venus sign, or, you know, the other person's sign and go and cross watch, you know, one of their videos. That would be cool. This is the second one I'm doing in this love reading series. And so I still have 10 more to go. So look out for those. I appreciate you so much. I'll see you next time.